Brings a little thing called love. There goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. It drives me crazy, crazy. Baby, I got you. My baby in the cuckoo swing. Gotta be cool, relax, get hip. Get on the right track, shake your back seat, hitchhike. I'm just getting round and it ain't ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Arts and Entertainment Committee, it's my honor, pleasure to introduce to you our own cowboy poet, Bob Briner.
There was this one young fella by the name of Noah S. Soggy Sweat. His nickname was Soggy. They called him Soggy Sweat. He was a politician, a legislator, a failed judge, and he was running for re-election. And if you were running for re-election at that time, you had to be prepared to take a stand on the whiskey issue. Now, one day, while he was on the campaign trail, he found himself standing out in a farmer's field on a tractor, surrounded by his constituents, one of whom yelled out, "Soggy, how do you feel about whiskey?" And Soggy replied, "If when you say whiskey, you mean the poison scourge, the bloody monster that defiles innocence, dethrones reason, destroys the home and creates misery and poverty, and yea, literally takes the bread from the mouths of little children. If you mean that evil drink that topples the Christian man and woman from the pinnacle of gracious, righteous living into the bottomless depths of degradation and despair and shame and helplessness and hopelessness, then certainly I am against it. But if when you say whiskey you mean the oil of conversation, the philosophic wine, the ale that is consumed when good fellows get together that puts a song in their heart, a smile on their lips, and the warm joy of contentment in their eye. If you mean Christmas cheer, if you mean that stimulating drink that puts a spring in the old gentleman's step on a frosty, crispy morning, if you mean that drink that allows a man to magnify his joy and his happiness and to forget, if only for a little while, life's great tragedies and heartaches and sorrow, if you mean that drink, the sale of which pours into our treasury untold millions of dollars to provide tender care for our little crippled children, for our blind, our deaf, our dumb, and our pitiful, aged, and infirm, and to build hospitals, schools, and highways, then certainly I am for it. This is my stand. I will not retreat from it, and I will not compromise.